topic that I chose is a short story. This short story name is The Happy Prince. The Happy Prince was written by Oscar Wilde. Let me tell you a story first. High above all the city, on the tall column, the statue of Happy Prince was placed there. He was very elegant, and his body was full of gems. His heart was made of lead. One day, there a swallow flew over the city. His friend had to come to Egypt, but he had stayed behind because he was fell in love in the most beautiful reed. So he met her in the early of the spring, but he had to go to Egypt, so it was necessary to say goodbye to her. He flew all day. As the night fell, the swallow encountered the prince's statue and chose his statue as his residence. As he prepared to sleep, the last drop of water fell on his body, and he looked up. He saw the statue's eye full of tears. So he asked the prince for the reason. The prince said, when he alive, he lived in the palace that the Senate not allowed to come, and he was very happy. When he died, his statue was placed on a steep mountain where the ugliness cannot be seen out of the world. So the prince wanted to help people. He begged the swallow to taking out the gem on his sword to help people. The swallow refused that, so the prince was asked again. The swallow felt very sorry to him, so the swallow promised to help the prince and would stay as his friend. After that, the prince was asked the swallow to help people continuously by taking out the gem on his body. The swallow felt very sorry for him. One day, the swallow had to say goodbye to the prince because he had to go to Egypt and the winter was coming. But he cannot go because the swallow fell in love with the prince. And when the winter was come, the swallow began to unable to endure the cold, and he had to go to Egypt. So he went to tell the prince that he will go to Egypt and he will go into the house of death. The swallow kissed the prince's lips and fell on his feet. So his heart lead was thought to unable to feel love, but his heart was broke into two parts. The next morning, the mayor found the statue that looked dilapidated. They had to melt his statue, and his lead heart cannot be melted, so it had to pile up with the dead swallow. God saw this and ordered the angel to take his lead heart and the remain of the swallow to a heaven, so they could live together and forever. I think this topic is a high of quality and very profound because the writer used a beautiful and very fine word. It hard to understand some at time, but you can understand it later. The writer can communicate the feeling and word through the character very well and can make the reader connect to the character. The idea or knowledge that I have learned from this article is about the definition of love. Love can grow with everything. Love can be friend, sibling, pet, or anything that not only for the couple. From the story, when we attach to the someone and we want to be with them forever, that's called love. I think this activity is a good to practice many skills such as reading skill, writing skill, include the development of thinking, because when you read the topic that you're interested in but it's not your language, then you have to think what the topic wants to tell you.